viewers, hope you had a beautiful and fruitful week. As of October 2024, there are 14 major ports and 217 non-major ports in Nigeria, with the Lekki Deep Sea Port now the signpost of modern port operations in this country. Though the Apapa Port Complex is commonly referred to as the premier port, however, history actually tells us that the first seaport in Nigeria is the Calabar Port, which was originally developed in the 15th century. You're welcome to Nimasa this week. I am Moyioluwa Olutayo, your host on the program. This week's episode promises to be exciting with interesting details. Stay with us.
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa. We are charting the direction for a maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are Nimasa. New face, rejuvenated service. Nimasa, changing the tides in your favor.
Let's kickstart the program by serving you our usual from the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, where the Honorable Minister, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola, performed the groundbreaking ceremony for the Ogun State Inland Dry Port. The minister assured Nigerians that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, is committed to infrastructural development in the Nigerian maritime sector. Stay tuned.
It was a memorable day in Ewekoro local government area of Ogun State as stakeholders near and far joined the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, for the ceremonial groundbreaking of the Gateway Inland Dry Port. The minister stated that the port will be built to international standards and equipped with the latest digital systems for tracking, clearance, and cargo movement to ensure efficiency and global competitiveness. He directed the Nigerian Shippers Council to collaborate with the Ogun State government to deliver the project.
To ensure the success of this project and to avoid repeating the conjunctural challenges we face in Lagos, I'm issuing a clear directive to the Nigerian Shippers Council to ensure that the Gateway Inland Dry Port is developed as a state-of-the-art facility, integrating advanced technology, leveraging ICT for seamless operations, and developing a robust infrastructure that supports modern port processes. Let me therefore reiterate here that our resolve to make this inland dry port a model for other inland dry ports in Nigeria, built on international standards and capable of handling demands of modern trade, is non-negotiable. We must ensure that this port is equipped with the latest digital system for tracking, clearance, and cargo movement, ensuring efficiency, transparency, and global competitiveness. It is imperative that the Nigerian Shippers Council works closely with the Ogun State government and the concessionaire to build a maritime ecosystem that is not only competitive, but also a leader in innovation and technology advancement.
In his speech, the governor, His Excellency Dakpo Abiodun, stated that the port will help open up the state and foster further development. He added that the project was a statement to the current administration's vision of prosperity, industrialization, economic growth, and job creation.
On assumption of office, we decided that we must sustain this position by turning the push factor from Lagos to pull factor to Ogun State. Having identified the ideal location, convenient for all our manufacturers, contiguous to a rail line, access to two major roads, and availability of natural gas pipeline, the business case for this project was established. We went ahead and acquired this site, which is about 600 hectares in the first place. Today, history is being made by this groundbreaking of this world-class, state-of-the-art gateway inland dry port, as remarked by Honorable Minister. This facility is a key enabler of industrial activity and manufacturing in Ogun State. It will, on completion, increase the ranking of our state on the Ease of Doing Business Index. It should provide, like Honorable Minister said, over 5,000 direct jobs and over 15,000 indirect jobs.
I am Captain Sondo Moren.
My name is Emmanuel Maigua.
I am Dr. Odunayo Ani.
Hello everyone, my name is Vivian Chimezie.
Western Nigeria President.
CEO of BRICS Master Matani and President of Mano.
And I'm the Director General at the Nigerian Chamber of Shipping.
You're watching Nimasa this week.
You're watching Nimasa this week.
The voice of the maritime.
The voice of the maritime industry.
Keep watching.
Keep watching Nimasa this week.
Keep watching us.
Nimasa this week. The voice of maritime, showing on these stations.
A delegation from Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission (ICRC), led by the Director General, Dr. Jefferson Ewalefo, visited Nimasa Towers in Lagos for a meeting with the agency's management. Both government bodies deliberated on how best to develop an enabling environment for business to thrive based on public-private partnership model. Dr. Ewalefo assured Nimasa that the Commission is committed to assisting it in adopting the PPP model to successfully manage some of its facilities.
The reason why we are here, I would deem it fit to make Nimasa one of our first place that I need to visit to make interaction with. It's simply because we felt in ICRC the potential for Nimasa is huge. And in doing that, we discovered that the maritime sector is very key. And Nimasa being a key role in that sector. The responsibility of Nimasa includes safety, regulation, and development of the maritime sector. And that, I'm sure we have been doing and will do. But of course, there are always room for improvement and opportunity to do more.
On his part, Nimasa DG, Dr. Dayo Maboriola, noted the need for ICRC to embrace technology and consider time management when implementing policies to encourage PPP in the Nigerian maritime sector.
Is it not possible for us to use technology, meaning that whatever it is that we want, we upload it, and within some hours or days, the response come back to all? But I mean, that's what I'll be looking for when you are talking of PPP, because one of the frustration is the potential customer. They are also getting frustrated when we are saying, no, we are working with ICRC, and it's like some don't even believe us unless we show them the correspondence and I've seen one or two cases where they have actually followed one of my staff to Abuja just to confirm that the application is actually in. So I'm sure those are the two my points. Acknowledge you and say thank you very much, and also please look at how we can streamline these things further in order for the agencies as well as the country to benefit from the potential benefit of PPP if we want to really bring in the private sector.
The PPP model has remained the most viable approach globally to drive government policies that foster development and economic growth. Nimasa, as the regulatory agency and the country's maritime administrator, has continued to embrace collaboration and partnership through PPP initiative for infrastructural development.
The PPP arrangement, I can assure you, we have a whole department for it in Nimasa. And with your coming in, will be like a spices on what you have been doing. Maybe you have a different way of a better way, but I want to assure you that we have been doing it, we embrace it. But coming from the whole
commission. That means by the time we exchange idea, we know maybe how to do it. That's why there's always room for improvement or whatever you are doing.
But looking at that, the existing framework from our own side, the financial terms. As a matter of fact, we have a recent PPP arrangement on the issue of waste management, offshore waste reception facility.
Oh, okay.
So that one is having a challenge right now because, of course, we don't have commercial bank accounts. We are saddled with the TSA arrangement that makes it almost impossible to prosecute the PPP arrangement.
On behalf of the DG of Nimasa, Dr. Adegboyega, I would like to say thank you very much for this visit. The deliberations so far have been very fruitful, and I think it's a step in the right direction for both agencies to keep on collaborating further in the benefit of the two agencies. So once again, thank you very much.
The management of Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency and its counterpart, the Nigerian Ports Authority, have continued effective interagency collaboration to ensure ease of doing business in ports and jetties across the country. The Executive Director of Operations at Nimasa, Engineer Fatai Adeyemi, chaired an operational meeting at Nimasa Towers in Victoria Island, where knowledge sharing on enhancing safety in port operations took center stage.
I appreciate you, and we want to continue to work together as a team. Whatever area you think appropriate, please feel free. You go. I think I'm the most stranger among this seat. Everybody there know themselves, and I want you to know me too. So we are together. We welcome idea from you how to move this our maritime forward.
So when we are talking about interaction, it's even goes all the way to how we must assist each other, even as individuals. We are in very difficult times, and the only solution that people, entities, organizations can have now to survive is to go into asset sharing and maximization of the scarce resources that we have.
Issues on information sharing, perceived areas of operational overlap, and how best to navigate these challenges in the interest of all concerned were also discussed.
And right now we're also looking at the issue of having electronic forms in so that at real time we'll be able to communicate with the relevant agencies and avoid those delays. So with this collaboration, I believe that a lot of bottlenecks are going to be removed. So that there are times we will not really require an answer, okay, write and do this, communications and all what will take a lot of time. In situ, real time, we'll be able to communicate with one another so that we meet up with our obligations through IMO.
Working together has been there for a long time. And if on this day, we are taking it seriously, I think we achieve more results. From a technological point of view, I believe that collaborating with MPA in that respect will help us to do a lot of work through the use of APIs.
The program is still Nimasa this week. The International Maritime Organization, IMO, dedicated 2024 as a year to highlight safety in the maritime industry. Our next report is a potpourri of stakeholders' divergent views on how best Nigeria can put safety first in navigating the future of the nation's maritime sector. Don't go away.
We will need to identify ways on how maritime security and safety practitioners and those developing the blue economy can work hand in hand in order to protect the ocean and the coastal population highly dependent on them.
Well, I think the team is appropriate, and safety first. Safety should be the first in all our endeavors because it protects the lives of the crew, it protects the vessel, it also protects the marine environment. And all those steps, regulations, and laws that will ensure safety on the sea is all what we are trying to do today. And I must thank the IMO for making sure that every day they bring this to our consciousness.
Safety first. Safety is very key and important, most especially for the operations that has to do with the maritime sector. You know very well that SOLAS, which is the International Convention for Safety of Life at Sea, puts safety first. It is IMO's way of reenacting in each and every operator of the industry that safety must not and cannot be compromised at sea. We are most pleased to be part of this commemoration. As you are aware, the President creating a new ministry for this sector meant that that sector is important to the economy of Nigeria and to the well-being and livelihood of Nigerians. Under the able leadership of His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, the ministry is taking strategic steps to lay the foundations that will ensure the seamless and productive running of that sector to contribute immensely to the Nigerian economy. We're laying the policy backgrounds currently, and they will soon be completed soon, both for the fishery side and also the port side of the ministry's mandate. Once this is done, we have also established, as you are aware, harmony within the major players of the sector now, and they are working together to move the industry forward. Safety is one of the foundations for which the operations of the sector depends, and it cannot be joked with. So we are pleased to note that this year's commemoration is focusing on safety, and it's so apt.
The Governing Board of Maritime University of Nigeria, Okerikoko, led by the acting chairman, Honorable Adewale Ogun, paid a courtesy call on Nimasa management, during which they emphasized the university's crucial role in developing skilled manpower for Nigeria's maritime sector, a vital component of the nation's economy.
That the peculiarity of the location of Nigerian Maritime University and being the brainchild of Nimasa, we humbly request the agency to reignite the funding that it used to provide an enabling environment, to provide for improved services that will provide an enabling environment for capable and qualified academic and non-academic staff to strive, cater for the cost of learning, and in turn can meet the mandate given to Nigeria Maritime Institution University. Our council would like to regularly interface with you and the management of the Nimasa.
In his response, Nimasa's Director General, Dr. Dayo Moboriola, commended the Governing Council for their visit and expressed the agency's commitment to supporting the university. He acknowledged the importance of the university in the development of Nigeria's maritime industry and emphasized the need for the institution to explore alternative funding sources, such as research grant and partnership with private sector stakeholders.
One thing that I observed that is lacking in Nigeria, educational sector, especially universities, is that universities in Nigeria have come to be totally and wholly dependent on government. Whereas when you go to the likes of UK, US, many developed countries, majority of their income actually come from research and trying to get in the industries to buy into the institution. You are now talking of the creation of marine and blue economy. We are talking about the possibility of enhancing the blue economy, meaning that we have to really double our effort as an agency of government to ensure that we help the ministry and division of Mr. President to make sure that marine and blue economy actually take over the oil sector in terms of generating resources for the country.
The Governing Council's visit to Nimasa marks a significant step towards strengthening collaboration between the two institutions and ensuring the continued growth and development of the Nigeria Maritime University.
Setting up of this university was a brainchild of Nimasa. And I am very much aware because I came from a university where a similar structure, Institute of Maritime Studies, was also established. I was also a lecturer in that institute, Niger Delta University. So at that time, all of us were sent out. We had the opportunity to go to other countries where we have similar programs. And that is how this university was set up.
Customer Service Week is a week set aside globally to appreciate customers by organizations. The celebration commenced 37 years ago and the tradition has continued. The management of Nimasa, led by the Director General Dr. Dayo Moboriola, took time out to appreciate both internal and external stakeholders. Stay tuned on the program.
The management and staff of Nimasa joined in the global celebration of Customer Service Week to appreciate both their internal and external stakeholders who have contributed not only to the growth of Nimasa, but also to the development of Nigerian maritime industry. The Nimasa tours on Victoria Island wore a celebratory mood, and stakeholders had an experience worthy of the occasion. The celebration of the Customer Service Week 2024 gave Nimasa management an opportunity to reaffirm her commitment to providing world-class service to all stakeholders. In the words of the Nimasa DG, we encourage you to continue engaging with us, sharing your feedback and letting us know how we can serve you better. Our success is measured by your satisfaction, and we will continue to work tirelessly to exceed your expectations. Nimasa stakeholders include, but not limited to, ship owners, ship agents, manning agents, seafarers, financial institutions, seaport terminal operators, and maritime security operators. Also included are dock workers and their employers, maritime training institutions, sister government agencies, maritime labor unions, the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, the National Assembly, and the media, to name just a few. We at Nimasa thank you once again for your invaluable contributions to the agency. Together, we are creating a brighter, more prosperous future for the Nigerian maritime industry.
Feeling appreciated and valued is a fundamental human need. Special thanks to the management of Nimasa for appreciating our stakeholders. This week's episode has been an exciting one. Please join us again next week, same time, same station, for another fully packaged episode. Until then, bye for now.